morning, everyone. I hope you've all had a good week. Do you know, I was outside this morning filming for the craft and I got a bit cold, so I've left my hat on just to give me a little bit more warmth and see if I can warm up. Well, today's story is about another king called Belshazzar. Now, he was a man who liked to throw parties and drink out of gold cups and goblets, and he was very proud as well. But you know, he didn't worship the one true God. Now, at one of his banquets that he was throwing, something very strange happened. I wonder what it was. We'll have to listen to the story to find out what it was. But do you know what? Daniel was able to tell him and understand it, unlike the king's wise men couldn't understand what had happened. So let's get on with this morning and see what the story is and what happened in the story. I hope you all have a good week and I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Love, joy, peace and patience to grow in those who trust in you, all who put their hope in Christ. Kindness, goodness, faithfulness, self-control and gentleness, live in those who have new life. I want to be like Jesus, to walk and talk like Jesus. I want to live like one who follows him. I want to love like Jesus, to give my all like Jesus. I want to live like one who follows him. I don't always do what's right. Jesus lived a perfect life, and for sins like mine, he died. Teach me to obey your word. Help me to put others first. Holy Spirit, change my life. I want to be like Jesus, to walk and talk like Jesus. I want to live like one who follows him. I want to love like Jesus, to give my all like Jesus. I want to live like one who follows him.
Daniel 5. The writing on the wall. King Belshazzar, the king of Babylon, gave a big banquet for 1,000 royal guests. As Belshazzar was drinking his wine, he gave an order to his servants. He told them, "Bring the gold and silver cups that my father King Nebuchadnezzar took from the temple of God in Jerusalem." King Belshazzar wanted his royal guests, his wives, and his slaves to drink from them. So they brought the gold cups, and everyone drank from them. As they were drinking, they praised their gods. Those gods were made from gold and silver, from bronze and iron and wood and stone. Then suddenly a person's hand appeared, and the fingers wrote words on the plaster on the wall. King Belshazzar was very frightened. His face turned white, and his knees knocked together. He could not stand up because his legs were too weak. The king called for the magicians and the wise men to be brought to him. And he said to them, "I will give a reward to anyone who can read this writing and explain it. I will give him purple clothes fit for a king. I will put a gold chain around his neck, and I will make him the third highest ruler in the kingdom." So all the king's wise men came in, but they could not read the writing, and they could not tell the king what it meant. King Belshazzar became even more afraid, and his face became even whiter. Then the king's mother came into the banquet room. She had heard all the voices of the king and the royal guests. She said, "My king, live forever. Don't be afraid. There is a man in your kingdom who has the spirit of holy gods in him. In the days of your father, this man showed understanding, knowledge, and wisdom. Your father, King Nebuchadnezzar, put this man in charge of all the wise men. The man I am talking about is named Daniel. He could explain dreams and secrets. He could answer very hard problems. Call for Daniel. He will tell you what the writing on the wall means." So they brought Daniel to the king. The king said to him, "I have heard that you are very wise and have knowledge and understanding, and that you are able to explain what things mean. And you can find answers to hard problems. Read this writing on the wall and explain it to me. If you can, I will give you purple clothes fit for a king, and I will put a gold chain around your neck, and you will become the third highest ruler in the kingdom." Then Daniel answered the king, "You may keep these gifts for yourself. I will read the writing on the wall, and I will explain to you what it means. The Most High God made your father Nebuchadnezzar a great, important, and powerful king. But Nebuchadnezzar became too proud and stubborn, so he was taken off his royal throne. His glory was taken away until he learned his lesson, that the Most High God rules over the kingdoms of men, and the Most High God sets anyone he wants over those kingdoms. But, O king, you already knew these things, but still you have not been sorry for what you have done. Instead, you have turned against the Lord of heaven. You ordered the drinking cups from the temple of the Lord to be brought to you. You praised the gods of silver, gold, bronze, iron, wood, and stone. They are not really gods. They cannot see, they cannot hear, or understand anything. But you did not honor God. He is the one who has power over your life and everything you do. So God sent the hand that wrote on the wall. These are the words that are written on the wall. Mene, Mene, Tekel, Perez. This is what these words mean. Mene, God has counted the days until your kingdom will end. Tekel, you have been weighed on the scales and found not good enough. Perez, your kingdom is being divided. It will be given to the Medes and the Persians. Then Belshazzar gave an order for Daniel to be dressed in purple clothes, a gold chain put around his neck, and he was announced to be the third highest ruler in the kingdom. That very same night, Babylon was attacked by the Medes and the Persians, and King Belshazzar was killed. A man named Darius the Mede became the new king. The account of the handwriting on the wall teaches us that God has power over all the rulers on earth, that we should humble ourselves before God and praise Him rather than ourselves. God alone is worthy of our praise. His power is limitless, and all His ways are perfect.
Well, good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Glyn.
It seems a bit cold this morning.
It is a bit cold this morning.
Where are we today?
We are in the Garden of Remembrance.
Ah, just outside the church. That's nice. And
there's snow on the ground.
yeah, and Mary, it's craft time.
It is craft time.
I'm really looking forward to it. What are we doing today?
Today we are doing writing on the wall.
Writing on, not literally, I
Not
hope.
literally on the wall, no.
No writing on the wall.
No,
Anybody?
No. It's
No,
going to
good.
be, so I decided I'd make this one another edible one.
Okay, that's always good.
And this is what it's going to look like. Oh, no, I've just pulled it all apart so you can't see. So I have done a photograph. So
Okay, do you want me to, shall I zoom right in on that?
zoom right in. It's a bit messy now because I just pulled it up, but that's what it's going to be like.
You could take the cling film off.
Yeah, but I just did that and pulled
Oh,
half
it
the
all
letters
came-
away.
I can even see what it says.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
See? But I'm
Yeah.
only going to show you how to do one slice of bread because I think
Okay.
otherwise we're going to be here quite a while because it
All
does
right.
take a little bit of time.
Most important question, is there going to be something I can eat at the end of this?
There'll be some
Excellent.
things left
Yeah,
over.
some of those shoelaces, aren't they?
Shoelaces, that's what they're called. I don't know what they were called. Right, you don't have to use shoelaces. You can use. So what I thought bread looked a bit like a wall.
Yeah.
So this is a dream that was another dream that was had in Daniel.
Okay.
So I'm buttering so that the bits of shoelaces stay on.
Did you just say a dream that had been had?
Yeah, I did.
A
I
dream
wasn't very
somebody
good at-
once had. Yes.
That's right,
Okay. I knew what you
Cold
meant.
is affecting my brain.
Yeah, it is very, very cold this morning, isn't it? So you're buttering a slice of bread,
Only so that I could.
wholemeal Hovis bread, no less.
You could. Don't have to have bread. You could use anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to use.
What do you mean you could use anything? Well, like a doorstop.
Oh well, no, it's something that's edible. I'm
Oh,
just gonna-
something edible.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to dive in my bag.
A bagel might be quite
Bagel would
difficult.
be quite good. I'm just diving in my bag, which I can't find. Excuse me, I'm just looking for my scissors, which I can't find.
I don't think a bagel would be any good at all.
Not me.
Oh, you've just lost your notes as well.
I've lost my scissors too. There's no scissors.
Oh
Anyway,
no,
Right. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't panic.
it'll be fine.
I just grabbed my bit of paper.
Would you like me to break them with my teeth?
That's going to be nice and healthy, isn't it? Right, so on this writing on the story about writing on the wall, the dream,
Yeah.
a king saw different things. So,
Okay.
right, so I'm going to do just the first, because there was several words. Do you know what the words were?
I do.
Can you say them?
Mene is the first one. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to do mene.
Yeah.
So that's like an M.
Very good.
These are really hard to break.
My hands are actually freezing.
There's the first N.
Whose idea was it to be out here today?
I don't
It's
know.
so cold.
I think we abandoned it. Try and use the knife, shall I?
Yeah, don't do this at home, children.
No, use scissors.
Yes.
Be more organised.
And have some scissors.
You can't eat
Yeah.
this one now because I'm biting the bits off because
So
my hands.
it's all right. You're off camera when you're
that's right.
chewing it, so that's okay.
You're just telling everybody I'm chewing it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I forgot that. Oh. So what kind of... These are strawberry laces. Where do you
are.
get strawberry laces from?
A co-op,
Yeah.
Sainsbury's.
The trouble is, it's so cold. They've actually gone really hard. When you've got them at home, they'll
The other
probably
way,
be really easy, won't
The
they?
other way you could do is you could use cake decorations, couldn't you?
You could. So what have you got there?
So I've got some little stars.
Oh.
And some little.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the end down here.
Yeah.
It should all be in one row, but my.
Your hands are too cold to do, aren't they? Actually, the bread is freezing. Won't need to go back in the freezer, will it?
And I've got some little stars. See?
That's brilliant.
So cool.
It's looking good. That's definitely an N. It's a shaky N because your hands are shaking with the cold. But it's an N. I can see how that would work.
You see?
Yeah.
And then we need.
Do you know what? If you had some of that chocolate syrup or
Oh, yeah, you could,
strawberry
couldn't you?
You could actually write it out by
You
squirting
could.
it out. Couldn't
I
you?
had thought about that. I tried to do some magic writing with paint and crayons, but it didn't work. So if anybody
Right.
has better luck than I do,
Okay.
find ways of making secret
You need
writing.
you need to be a bit more skillful than Mary.
Yeah, that doesn't look like an E at all, does
It doesn't. No, it looks like you've thrown some stars on the bread. But other than that, it's great. Oh no!
Right, I
that's
think
I think you've done a brilliant job there. I think we get the idea.
get the idea. I'll put a
Yeah.
picture on the website as well, so you can get a better idea than what I've.
I
attempted to do.
think this is a great opportunity for us to invite our youngsters to send in their pictures
So
of their. What does it say, Mary? Mene,
Mene,
Tekel.
Tekel, and
Go on.
Paris?
That'll do.
Something like that. I think it'd be really good if they did send them in, so they can show them the better example than I've done.
Yeah. I think they're all going to be able to do a better example than you've done, Mary.
I think so too. Anyway.
But that's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Joining us.
Yes, I hope you managed to do that better than we have at home. And do send your pictures in, and we look forward to seeing you. Have a really, really lovely day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. On day one, God made light. Light, and God was pleased with all he'd made. On day two, sea and sky. Sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he'd made. On day three, land, plant, seeds. Land, plant, seeds, sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he made. On day four, sun, moon, stars. Sun, moon, stars, land, plant, seeds, sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he made. On day five, fish and birds. Fish and birds, sun, moon, stars, land, plant, seeds, sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he made. On day six, animals, humans. Animals, humans, fish and birds, sun, moon, stars, land, plant, seeds, sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he made. On day seven, God took a rest. After making animals, humans, fish and birds, sun, moon, stars, land, plant, seeds, sea and sky, light, and God was pleased with all he made.